RGLs from last night's close. It was only a buy. And look at that takeaway, guys. 85.20s to 88.50s. Yes, you heard that right. 85. Well, you could say, well, where did we get buy side? Well, realistically, you could probably have said 85.30s. $3,200 of upside profits. $3,200 of almost straight line profits on a long oil position from last night's RGL. You went to bed and you woke up $3,000 better off. $3,000 per contract better off just by putting the deal on. When the deals that we've covered in the last few days, we've re-emphasized in the last few days. We even talked to Kim about maybe doing an RGL basic. You know, I know we don't stress it enough. I know Kim doesn't stress it enough. But we said maybe do some RGL stuff, guys. Maybe catch the easy stuff instead of the pish. Maybe for a change, try and get the good stuff. Maybe. Good idea. $3,000 a contract better off this morning when you woke up. I think you'd probably say, you know what, count me in for that. That's a pretty good one, guys. Crazy. Anyway, welcome in. Hope you've managed to make a fortune this morning, because we have. And absolutely killed it. This morning we were covering structure. We're going to be benchmarking structure today. We've gone through a lot of the benchmark exercises for the individual products, and obviously we've benchmarked a lot of the order flow. We talked about the double D line, which obviously gives us a lot of information regarding the market maker's positioning. We've talked about that. We've talked about the leans. We've talked about the trap traders. We've talked about the stack on the book. And today we want to talk about structures. Structure. So there's some people on the internet that sell these types of pieces of information, unique to them, of course. I mean, it might be nothing to do with measured moves, but they sell them for like $2,000 per classroom. And, you know, and apparently this is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, you know, measured moves will dominate any of these types of things by a country mile. And we'll obviously be covering that narrative, which we've been teaching for 10 years in this classroom. We'll be covering that again in the classroom today, because I still think people don't use it enough. It's an incredibly important part of your trading, incredibly important part of your exercises that you should always have on your screens. If you want to turn a price round, measured moves are the best place to do it. Now, Laurie might argue with that, and she might argue that the best place to do it is, of course, our dealer keys. But when the dealer keys and the measured moves start tying in together, you might be saying to yourself, wait a second, that's quite interesting. That might be quite useful. And you start recognizing the opportunities. So anyway, welcome in, guys. I hope you're all good, ready to rock and roll. And we will obviously be getting into today's classroom proper at 4 o'clock. We'll be doing benchmarking structure. So we'll go from the beginning to the end inside of one classroom. Not 45 hours worth, not 900 pages of text. Within a 1 hour classroom, we'll take you from start to finish, and you will know exactly how the dealers make money, exactly where the algorithms are playing into, exactly to the letter where these trades will be looking to do business. And if you can figure that out, you've got the secrets to the black magic box. You don't need some guy sliding in through your window with a box of chocolates. You just need the measures. You just need to know how to do them properly, how to use them, when to use them. And obviously, based on that, you can start to recognize brilliant opportunities to flip price, perhaps even to top tick and bottom tick price, if that's what floats your boat. But at least you have the basics moving for you. We talked a little bit about structure yesterday when we talked about adding into that volatility. Well, this is just an extension of that concept. We will cover that concept again in classroom as well. And that's going to be in this afternoon's classroom. And this classroom is worth $2,000 on its own, apparently, according to the other marketing situations that we see in the background. So this classroom alone is worth $2,000. So let's hopefully we get a $2,000 worth of value out of this afternoon's classroom. Hopefully we deliver something interesting. If you're new to the classroom, of course, then that's hopefully going to be very interesting. But hopefully we give you something that you can take away, use in your trading straight away, and start making some really, really good decisions in these areas. So let's see what happens. We shall come back at 4 o'clock and see this this process in action. We'll be looking at all sorts of markets and all sorts of time frames. It is universal, that's the good thing. And there is a process to it which we have to learn. It's not as easy as you might think. Anyway, welcome in, guys. Go to grab some lunch. I'll be back in 2.